The fundamental building block or the fundamental basis for spirituality is the presence of a being which is higher than any human notion of itself. And yet it is astounding how many we can discover in spirituality who are deeply spiritual, really, but have got a block against acceptance of the presence of this higher being because of some conditioning or some bad spiritual experience or something like that. So, to be spiritual without faith in God is a very, very difficult sort of way. It's like to be a breatharian without having faith in your nose. It's going to be very tough. So, so, uh, so I would not recommend that way to anyone. The whole point of spirituality is spirit. See, the word itself is contained there. Now, is that spirit individual? It is the presence of a higher being, and that higher being is called the Atma. The presence of the higher being is called the Atma. So, to discover the spirit, to discover this Atma, is a prerequisite in the human condition. But unfortunately, in the play of Maya, we've forgotten that it is the prerequisite. To live in the light of presence is the only true way to live. And this is what has been forgotten through the tricks of Maya, through the tricks of the original sin, whichever culture, path, religion you may follow. This falling away from recognizing the fundamental principle of life, which is to live in God's light, has somehow been forgotten and neglected. So to come to satsang is to come to the presence of God's light, to come to the presence of God's light. And you mentioned that right in the beginning of satsang, and thank you for that. So there is no satsang possible if it is not in God's light. And your life, moment to moment, spent in God's light becomes then a satsang.